What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today I decided to put Kevin Durant back into his prime in the modern NBA. As you guys can see, he's a 99 overall at only age 27 years old, and he will be remaining with the Phoenix Suns. And of course, the goal of this video will be to win prime Kevin Durant and the rest of the Phoenix Suns a championship. And hopefully we can do that. I think we should be able to, especially now that we have a 99 overall Kevin Durant. And we also have a 93 overall Devin Booker. Devin Booker's 28 years old. Kevin Durant's 27 years old. I think we should be able to build a perfect team around these two. And as we do know, the Phoenix Suns recently acquired Nick Richards to be their new starting center, or their center in general, which I think is a really good move for this team. So I'll show you guys what the rotation is going to be looking like as of right now. We're going to have Tyus Jones at the point guard position, Devin Booker at the shooting guard position, Bradley Beal at the small forward position, Kevin Durant at the power forward position. Jusuf Nurkic is most definitely not starting for us, so we're going to put Nick Richards at the starting center position. And then we're probably going to trade Jusuf Nurkic, to be honest, or take him out of this rotation. He's a horrible 2K simulation player, and he's been pretty bad in real life as well. So he's not going to be in this rotation. We're going to run a 9-man rotation, and this is what it's going to be looking like. Off the bench, we're going to have Mason Plumlee, Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, and Ryan Dunn. Excited to see how things play out here. Of course, at the trade deadline, we'll probably be stopping and making some trades to make us one step closer to being championship contenders, because I'm planning on trading away Bradley Beal and Jusuf Nurkic. So I'm going to start simulating, and I'll see y'all at the trade deadline. We're stopped here at the trade deadline, and as I said, we're going to be pulling off some moves, because in my opinion, even though we have prime Kevin Durant at a 99 overall, we're not a championship team. We do have Bradley Beal, who's 6'4", playing the small forward position, which is pretty insane. So we're going to be trading away Bradley Beal and Bull for Pascal Siakam and James Johnson. Pascal Siakam could be our new starting power forward, and then we can move Kevin Durant's position over to small forward, which would give us a new starting five of Tyus Jones, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Pascal Siakam, and Nick Richards. Another move I'm planning on doing is trading away Tyus Jones, and the reason for that is he is on a 1-year contract. He's been playing really good, but we won't be able to afford him this offseason. So if we don't trade him away, we're going to end up losing him for nothing. So might as well go ahead and acquire ourselves a future point guard for our team, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing here with the Tyus Jones trade. I'm going to be trying to target Austin Reeves from the Los Angeles Lakers, where we send them Tyus Jones and Jusuf Nurkic for Austin Reeves and Jalen Hood-Schifino. I don't know if they'll accept this trade, but if they do, Austin Reeves would be that perfect point guard to have on our team. He's an amazing playmaker, he can score when he needs to, he's a good all-around player. So let's see what the Los Angeles Lakers say for this trade, and they do decline. And we only have one second-round pick, which we can use for this trade, and they decline. We're going to have to target a different point guard. Now we're going to try for Scottie Pippen Jr. from the Memphis Grizzlies. He's on a team-friendly contract, 4-year, $9.5 million contract, which is pretty cheap for Scottie Pippen Jr., especially after the season that he's been having. He's averaging 10 points per game. He's an amazing playmaker. For 36 minutes, he would have been averaging 7.5 assists and 5.5 rebounds, shooting 40% from the three-point line. So let's see what the Memphis Grizzlies say for Tyus Jones, and hopefully they accept, which they do, and now we got ourselves a new starting point guard in Scottie Pippen Jr. This is what our rotation will be looking like. Well, wait a second. We still have to trade Jusuf Nurkic, which I totally forgot about because we're not keeping him around on this team. So let me come up with a Jusuf Nurkic trade, and then I'll show you guys our new rotation for the rest of this season. I decided to throw Jusuf Nurkic and Scottie Pippen Jr. in Trade Finder, and we can acquire ourselves Dennis Schroeder and Kyle Anderson from the Golden State Warriors. So without overthinking this, of course, we're going to go ahead and pull off this trade and get Dennis Schroeder as our new starting point guard instead of Scottie Pippen Jr. And now I think our starting five is elite and we have a chance at a championship. Our starting five is Dennis Schroeder, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Pascal Siakam, and then Nick Richards. Off the bench, we're going to have Mason Plumlee, Grayson Allen, Kyle Anderson, and Royce O'Neal. I may switch out Kyle Anderson for, where is he? Ryan Dunn. That way Ryan Dunn progresses this offseason and gets some playing time for the regular season. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. This is going to be our rotation, and now I'll be simulating until the end of this season, where hopefully we can win ourselves a championship. I'm excited with the new additions that we brought to our lineup. Dennis Schroeder and Pascal Siakam are going to be phenomenal players for our team. Also, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video and subscribe if you're new. You can always unsubscribe later, so make sure to smash that subscribe button. We're on the road to 200 subscribers. So yeah, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. Here we are at the end of season number 1, where Luka Doncic wins MVP, Alexander Sarr wins Rookie of the Year, Bobby Portis Jr. winning 6th Player of the Year, Wemby wins DPOY, Cason Wallace wins Most Improved Player, even though his points only went up by about 1 point per game, which is kind of insane, and his efficiency dropped instead of going up. But alright, it is what it is. Jokic also wins Clutch Player of the Year, Kenny Atkinson wins Coach of the Year, the New York Knicks win Executive of the Year. And let's see if we get any All-NBA selections, which we do get Devin Booker on All-NBA 3rd team. And I think that's it. Do we get Ryan Dunn here? No, we do not. Okay. It is what it is. We ended up being the 5th seed towards the end of the season. We were playing a lot better after the trades that we made. Yeah, they made us a lot better. Especially getting Kevin Durant on this team, obviously. Let me show you guys the player stats for the regular season. And one thing I want to mention is, if you guys don't know, what you guys probably do, the Phoenix Suns are one of the hardest teams to rebuild in NBA 2K25. For some reason, you can put Michael Jordan, Luka Doncic, anyone you want on this team, and it's still one of the hardest teams to rebuild for some reason. It's just a really hard team, kind of like the Boston Celtics. They're also a really hard team to rebuild, but it looks like things are changing for the Boston Celtics now. But for the Phoenix Suns, it's still super hard. Now let me show you guys the player stats for the regular season. So Devin Booker was our leading scorer with 26.5 points per game. Prime Kevin Durant put up 26 points per game. He was playing amazing on really good efficiency, averaging almost 9 rebounds, 5.5 assists, over a block and over a steal a game. Pascal Siakam 18.5 points, 14.5 from Dennis Schroeder, 11 from Grayson Allen, 10 from Nick Richards, 8 from Royce O'Neal, and then the rest of the team. And in round 1, we got ourselves the LA Clippers, who we're going to be taking on. They do have the same exact starting 5. Well, they made a switch to their shooting guard position, but their team is looking basically the same as it is in real life. Let me fix up our player minutes, and then let's see if we can defeat the LA Clippers. I fixed up our player minutes. Let's see if we can defeat the LA Clippers and advance to the next round. Game number 1 is a win for us. Let's go. Kevin Durant had 32 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. Devin Booker with 29, Schroeder with 16. Game number 2 is a loss for us. Kawhi with 33. KD had almost a triple-double, but we still fell short clearly. Game 3 is a win for us. Let's go. KD with a double-double. Devin Booker had a double-double. Pascal Siakam had a double-double, and so did Dennis Schroeder. That's insane. 4 double-doubles in one game. Game 4, let's see how it goes. Hopefully we can go up 3-1, and that's exactly what we do, with Devin Booker putting up 38 points. KD had 21. KD isn't shooting as many shots as I would like him to shoot. I want him to be the number 1 option on our team, but he's not doing that for some reason. Let's see if we can gentlemen sweep the Clippers, and we do just that. Let's go. KD had 36 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 blocks, and 2 steals, having a phenomenal game. And now we advance to the next round where we're going to be taking on the LA Lakers and LeBron James. LeBron James versus Kevin Durant. They also have Anthony Edwards. It looks like they picked up Kelly Olynyk in a trade. That's about the only moves that they made. Let's see how things go here. Game 1 is a win for us. Devin Booker dropping 45 points. Pascal Siakam with 32 points. He fouled out in 25. Kevin Durant had 29 points, 13 rebounds, 9 assists, and 4 steals. KD is going off this playoff run. Let's go. Game 2 is a loss for us. AD had 22 points. They ended up winning by 3 points. Our big three had all 20 plus points, but we still fell short. Game 3 is a win for us, which puts us up 2-1 against the LA Clippers, with prime KD dropping 31 points, having a phenomenal game. Can we go up 3-1? And we do just that. Let's go. D-Book with 33, KD with 31, 12 boards, 9 assists, as well as 3 blocks. In that game, he made 9 3-pointers, which is insane, shooting 90% from the 3-point line on 10 attempts. That's crazy to see. And let's see if we can, gentlemen, sweep the Lakers, and we do. Let's go. Kevin Durant dropping 33 points, 30 from Booker, and 24 from Dennis Schroeder, who's having a phenomenal run as well. Let's go. Good thing we picked him up. Now in the conference finals, we're going to be facing up against the Minnesota Timberwolves and Anthony Edwards. So Kevin Durant needs to get his revenge on Anthony Edwards for talking all that smack last playoff run that he had when they beat the Phoenix Suns. He was calling Kevin Durant an old head and all that. So let's see what he says now to a young Kevin Durant, a 27-year-old Kevin Durant that's in his prime. Alright, let's see how things go here. I haven't came up with a coach game plan yet, but if we keep losing, obviously I will. And game 1 is of course a loss, which sucks. Not of course, I didn't think we'd be losing, but of course, Anthony Edwards is averaging 40 points per game this playoff run. Why did I think he wouldn't be doing just that? 2K has Anthony Edwards always averaging like 40-50 points per game, and we're down 2-0 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Let's see how their team played that game. So their team's playing really good. Most definitely, I need to come up with a coach game plan. That's exactly what I'll be doing right now. I came up with a coach game plan. Let's jump into Simcast and see if we can come back from this 2-0 lead that the Timberwolves have on us, which hopefully we can. The first quarter was good for us. The first half was really good for us, but they are pushing back and they're up by 10, of course. And yeah, we're going down 3-0 just like that. Clearly, we need to get KD and Book some more help this off season. I thought we had a pretty solid team, but clearly that's not the case, because Pascal Siakam didn't even score above 10 points that game. He had 7 points and 7 rebounds. Okay, let's see. You never know, we could come back, which I highly doubt, but I've seen crazier things, so let's see what happens here. So far, it's a back and forth battle, and it looks like, okay, that's embarrassing. We really just got swept by the Minnesota Timberwolves, even after acquiring ourselves prime KD. So clearly Anthony Edwards is still talking that smack that he was talking last season, but hopefully we can switch things around this offseason and acquire ourselves some more help. Anthony Edwards wins Western Conference Finals MVP, averaging almost 40 points per game. That's unreal. Jason Tatum, 24 points per game, 11 rebounds and 5 assists. Let's see who's going to be winning the 2025 NBA Championship, and it is the Minnesota Timberwolves, with Anthony Edwards winning Finals MVP, literally averaging 40 points per game. And now, I'm most definitely making some moves this off season. I'm going to overturn a few of these retirements, and then I'll see you guys either at the NBA draft or free agency, where I'm probably going to be making some big moves to our roster. We're here at free agency and there's only one player we really need to bring back, and that's Dennis Schroeder. He wants around $16 million a year, and we're going to go ahead and give him just that. I'm not planning on keeping Dennis Schroeder around for long. I'm probably going to sign and then trade him to a different team for a new starting point guard. But let's go ahead and give him this $13.5 million contract, which he accepts. And that's not all I'm going to be doing. I'm also going to be making more trades for our roster. I am going to be trading away Oso Ighodaro, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. And the reason for that is we need picks. We don't have any first round picks at the moment. And trading Oso will give us first round picks. As you guys can see, we can get 2 first rounders from the OKC Thunder or 2 first rounders from the Houston Rockets. I'm going to go ahead and pull this trade off here where we acquire ourselves 2 first round picks. And now I'm going to come up with a really big trade here to get Kevin Durant and Devin Booker some help. Another reason I traded Oso is I know in real life he has a lot of potential, but in NBA 2K25 he does not progress at all, so that's another reason why I traded him for picks. This past season, we had one of the worst defenses in the league. Let me show you guys here. So our offense was the best offense in the whole NBA, but our defense, as you guys can see, was the 6th worst defense in the league, allowing almost 117 points per game, which is pretty insane. So I'm going to be upgrading our roster a little bit, getting us some defensive pieces to put around Kevin Durant. Probably upgrade our point guard position, power forward position, and center position. So I'm going to look around the league for some trades. When I come across some trades, of course, I'll be showing you guys who we'll be trading for. We're going to be trying to pull off this trade here for Jaren Jackson Jr. and Marcus Smart, both amazing defensive players. Both of them have won Defensive Player of the Year in the past. Jaren Jackson Jr. in 2023 and Marcus Smart in 2022. So we're going to try trading for Marcus Smart and Jaren Jackson Jr., where we send away Pascal Siakam and Royce O'Neal. Let's see what the Memphis Grizzlies say, and they do decline, but they give us a counter offer. They want Ryan Dunn, which I'm not open to trading. I want to keep Ryan Dunn on our team. They also want Steven Adams, who I signed in free agency. I would be down to send Steven Adams since we already have Nick Richards, but let's see if they would accept a first round pick instead. And they do not accept a first round pick, and we can't really include Steven Adams' contract in there. So let's see what else we can do. Yeah, so if we give up Steven Adams, we may have to take on a cheap contract from them, someone like Carter Knox. And now let's see what they say. And they still decline. I don't know if I want to give up 2 first round picks, but we may just have to do that to acquire Jaren Jackson Jr. and Marcus Smart. And they still decline for some reason, so we may not be getting Jaren Jackson Jr. from the looks of things. Let me try one last time, and if they decline, they decline. And yeah, we're not getting Jaren Jackson Jr., sadly. What I'm going to be doing is signing a bunch of free agents and then trading them away for picks. That way we can use those first round picks in trades, because right now we don't have many players on our roster. And if we get more players on our roster, of course, we could trade them for first rounders or second round picks. That would help us in future trades. So I'm going to sign a bunch of free agents and then trade them for picks. And then we'll be back for the Jaren Jackson Jr. trade. There's also another power forward that I would like to maybe target, and that's Evan Mobley. So I'm going to decide which power forward we'll be targeting. And when I come up with a decision, I'll see you guys at that trade. I acquired ourselves about 2 more first round picks and a second rounder. Let's go and try trading for Jaren Jackson Jr. and Marcus Smart once again. So we're going to have to give up Pascal Siakam, Royce O'Neal, and a few first round picks. And then we'll see what they say. This first round pick is valued at 2 stars. Let's try keeping that one out of it if we can. Or actually, screw it. It is what it is. 2-star first round pick, and they decline. I'm surprised they're declining this trade because Pascal Siakam is a really good player. He's basically the same overall as Jaren Jackson Jr., but it is what it is. Throw in another first rounder and see what they say. They give us a counter offer where they want Luke Kennard. They'll give us Jake LaRavia, and they want another first round pick. That's a lot of first round picks for Jaren Jackson Jr. So instead of this trade, I'm going to try targeting Evan Mobley instead. Maybe that trade would be better for our team. So the Memphis Grizzlies wanted way too much for Jaren Jackson Jr. and for the amount they wanted from us for Jaren Jackson Jr., I think we can get Evan Mobley for that amount. So let's go talk to the Cleveland Cavaliers and see what they say for Evan Mobley. He's an amazing defender, good rebounder, and a good offensive player. So let's see what they would say for Pascal Siakam. Of course, they're going to decline this trade, but we'll throw in a few first round picks and see if they change their mind. One first rounder, they do decline. What about 2 first rounders? And they still decline. I would be open to giving up 3 first rounders for Evan Mobley. He's a really good player, but they're still declining. Okay. 4 first rounders may be a little too much, especially since we're also including Pascal Siakam. But we could include a different player like Royce O'Neal. Well, we can't actually, since the salaries don't match. What about Grayson Allen? No, that does not work either. Luke Kennard should work. He has a 2-star value. Let's see what they say now, and we get the trade done, acquiring ourselves Evan Mobley as our new starting power forward. I'm also going to be upgrading our center position and point guard position. I think we need a better defensive center, starting center for our team, as well as a better defensive point guard. So let me look around the league and see what we could get for the point guard position and the center position. There's 2 guards that I have in mind to acquire on our team. One is Jalen Suggs and the other is Derek White. First, we're going to try targeting Jalen Suggs. He's an amazing 3-and-D guard. He's a good 3-point shooter and an amazing defender. He would be the perfect fit to have on our team as our starting point guard. Let's see what the Orlando Magic say for Dennis Schroeder, Grayson Allen. I don't really want to throw in a first round pick unless they continue declining. Then obviously we will do that to acquire ourselves a new guard. We'll throw in a second rounder and they do decline. So now I'm going to try talking to the Boston Celtics with the same exact trade package. And then if they also decline, then we'll start using our first round picks in the trades. So I decided we're going to be trying to target Jalen Suggs over Derek White if we can. So let's try this again, where we include a first round pick, Dennis Schroeder, Grayson Allen, and a first round pick for Jalen Suggs, and they do decline. And now we'll throw in a second rounder and they accept, and now we got ourselves a new starting point guard in Jalen Suggs. Now we need to trade for a new, really good defensive starting center, and then we'll be ready for this coming season. As I said, we're going to be targeting a new defensive center to bring on our team, and I think Daniel Gafford would be that perfect fit to have over here. He's a good offensive player when he needs to be, he's a good rebounder, a really good rim protector, and he would be a good fit on our team at the starting center position. There is rumors going around that the Dallas Mavericks are planning on trading him for a defensive wing, and Royce O'Neal is a really good defensive wing, so this trade would honestly make sense for both teams. I'm going to try keeping Nick Richards out of this trade, that way we could have him as our backup center in the future. So instead, we'll throw Kevon Looney in this trade, who I signed in free agency, and see what the Dallas Mavericks say, and they do decline sadly. So it looks like we may have to include Nick Richards in this trade. We don't have any first round picks that we can use anymore. So yeah, we're gonna have to maybe give up Nick Richards and see what they say. And they still decline for some reason. Okay. Is there any other players that we could possibly throw in this trade to make this happen? I did sign Jonathan Isaac in free agency. Kyle Anderson, maybe Josh Richardson could get this done. Let's see what they say now. And they still declined. So it looks like we're not going to be getting Daniel Gafford, but I do have another center in mind, and that is Robert Williams III from the Portland Trailblazers. Let's see what they say for Royce O'Neal and Kevon Looney. And they give us a counter offer. They want to take Kyle Anderson and send us Toumani Camara. I don't know if we honestly need Camara on this team, but Kyle Anderson, we don't, I kind of want to keep Anderson on our team, but it is what it is. If we get ourselves Robert Williams, Camara could possibly progress. He's only 25 years old. So let's go ahead and pull this trade off and acquire ourselves a new starting center. And now our rotation is complete. We have a really good starting 5, as you guys can see, a starting lineup. So I'll see you guys at the start of this coming season. Here we are at the start of this season with our new rotation that includes Jalen Suggs at the starting point guard position, and then we have Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Evan Mobley, and Robert Williams III. Off the bench, we're going to have Ryan Dunn, Nick Richards, Monte Morris, and Jonathan Isaac. We're going to be running a 9-man rotation. I think we're a championship team, but I guess we'll see what 2K thinks. Our defense most definitely got a lot better than the previous season. Jalen Suggs is an amazing defender. Evan Mobley is a really good defender, as is Robert Williams III, Ryan Dunn, Richards, and Jonathan Isaac. So we got a lot of defensive pieces in our rotation. And I'm excited to see how things play out. So now I'm going to get to simulating. I'll either be simulating until the end of this season, but if there's moves to be made, of course, I'll be stopping at the trade deadline. At the end of this season, Luka Doncic wins MVP, averaging a triple-double basically. Cooper Flag wins Rookie of the Year with the Utah Jazz. Ace Bailey winning 6th Player of the Year with the Brooklyn Nets. And then we have Wemby winning Defensive Player of the Year, averaging 13 rebounds, 27 points, and 3 blocks. Amazing season. Scoot Henderson winning Most Improved Player. In real life, these last few games, Scoot Henderson has been playing so good. It's really nice to see him finally find his shot and find his rhythm. I'm excited to see what type of player he ends up becoming in the future. Luka Doncic also winning Clutch Player. Michael Stauffer, aka our head coach, wins Coach of the Year. We also win Executive of the Year. As you guys can see, we won 65 games, losing only 17. And then let's see if we have any All-NBA selections. We do get Kevin Durant on All-NBA second team, who had an amazing season, putting up 27 points per game, 8 rebounds, 5.5 assists, 1 block, 1.5 steal, shooting 50, 40, 80, basically 50, 40, 90. And we do not get Devin Booker here, but that's perfectly fine. And we do get Evan Mobley on all defensive second team, which is nice to see. A player I wanted to kind of target the past season was Walker Kessler, and at that moment he was an 82 overall, and now he's all the way up to a 86 overall, which is insane. Walker Kessler progresses a lot. And that's it for awards. Of course, we were the first seed. In round 1, we're going to be going up against the LA Clippers. But before we do that, let me show you guys our player stats for the regular season. So Kevin Durant led the way with 27 points per game. I showed you guys his stats. Absolutely amazing season. He was in the race to winning MVP. So hopefully this coming season we could win him one. That is if we don't win a championship this playoff run. Devin Booker with 25 points per game, 6 assists, had an amazing season, shooting 41% from the 3-point line. Evan Mobley, 18.5 points, 9 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 1.5 block, and 1.2 steals. Jalen Suggs, another amazing get for our team. Shot 37% from the 3-point line, averaging 16.5 points, 10 from Nick Richards off the bench. Amazing backup center to have. Tamani Kamara, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. I did play him for about 35 games. He averaged 9 points, 8 from Tyler Kolek. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. We traded Monte Morris for Tyler because Monte Morris was kind of struggling. And Tyler was a better player, so we went ahead and acquired him from the Orlando Magic, I believe he was on. Robert Williams, 7.5 points, amazing defense. Ryan Dunn started to struggle for some reason. He's not playing as good as he was in the previous season. Hopefully that could change. Jonathan Isaac was really good for us. In the limited minutes, he had 5 points, 4 rebounds, really good defense. And now let me fix up our player minutes, and then let's see if we can defeat the LA Clippers. The player minutes have been set, and now we're going up against the LA Clippers, who traded away. Oh, never mind. They have Zubac coming off the bench for Valanciunas, which doesn't really make sense, but it is what it is. I think we should be the better team. Let's see what happens here. They were the 9th seed, and we were the 1st seed. So let's see. Game 1 is a win for us. Booker putting up 40. Kevin Durant with 30 points. Game 2 is also a win for us. Kevin Durant had 28 points that game, and 30 from Evan Mobley. Game 3 puts us up 3-0. How did Kevin Durant play? Amazing. 26 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. Devin Booker with a 26-point double-double. And we sweep the LA Clippers. Let's go. Prime Kevin Durant with 36 points, 6 rebounds and 4 assists. So far, he's averaging 30 points per game, shooting 50, 50, 90. D-Book had 41 that game. And now we advance to the second round where we're going to be taking on the San Antonio Spurs. Victor Wembanyama, and it looks like they don't have Chris Paul anymore, but they have TJ McConnell, Devin Vassell off their bench. Basically the same team. They got Aaron Nesmith off their bench. Not many changes made to their roster. But of course, Wemby is Wemby is the main problem over in San Antonio. But I still think we should be able to defeat this team. Game 1 is a win for us. KD putting up 38 points, 10 rebounds. Game 2 is also a win. KD had 28, 29 from Booker. And we do lose game 3, which is fine. Booker had 29 points. Durant had 17, struggled from the 3-point line. Can we go up 3-1? And we do just that. With Kevin Durant putting up a triple-double, 29 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. Shooting 4 of 10 from the 3-point line. And we gentlemen sweep the San Antonio Spurs with Kevin Durant putting up 39 points, once again making 4 3-pointers. And now we're in the conference finals. We're probably going to be taking on we are going to be taking on one of these two teams. These two teams are the toughest 2 teams to beat in simulation. So let's see who that's going to be. And of course, it's the Dallas Mavericks, who no longer have Kyrie Irving, which is really good for us. Okay, so this team is not as dangerous anymore since somehow they don't have Kyrie Irving anymore. And I'm going to see what happened to Kyrie Irving because I'm kind of curious to see why he's not on the Dallas Mavericks. So Kyrie Irving is a Chicago Bull, and I'm not sure how or why he's a Chicago Bull. It doesn't show who he was traded for some reason. He is on a 1-year deal with the Chicago Bulls, and it does not show in the transaction report for who he was traded for, so that's kind of confusing. But yeah, it is what it is. Maybe he was involved in a trade, but I don't know who the Mavericks would have gotten in the trade from the Bulls, because I don't see anyone here that they would have acquired for Kyrie Irving, for a Kyrie Irving caliber player especially. They have Nickeil Alexander-Walker as their new shooting guard. This should be an easy win, but it's not. They win game 1 with Luka Doncic putting up 38 points, which is impressive. But we do win game 2. KD had 29, so did Booker. Game 3 is a loss for us. Okay, we need to come up with a coach game plan because Luka Doncic is going haywire. And they have 2 centers in their starting lineup and they're still beating us, which is pretty insane because that spacing would be horrible. And Najee Marshall isn't really the best shooter either anymore. So I don't know, we're going to come up with a coach game plan and see if we can defeat the Mavericks, which I think we should be able to do once again. Luka's the only real threat they have on their team. I did come up with a coach game plan. Let's see if that's going to work out in our favor. I'm surprised this team is really pushing us this far. But of course, any team Luka Doncic is on in 2K, it's a hard team to beat. We do have the lead so far, and we probably will be winning this game, and we will by a lot of points. By 35 points, I believe we won that game, with Kevin Durant putting up 38 points, 28 from Booker, 26-point double-double from Evan Mobley, and 19 from Jalen Suggs. Let's see how our defense was. So our defense on Luka was a lot better this game, holding him to 11 of 27, shooting 6 of 17 from the 3-point line. And then the rest of their team was decent, but luckily we played a lot better. Game 5, let's see what happens here. We do have home court advantage. And so far we do have the lead. Hopefully we can run away with it. And they are pushing back here. It's a close game. We're up by 5, 4 minutes remaining. We're up by, how much would that be? 9 points now, 1 minute remaining. It looks like we are going to be winning this game with Booker putting up 33 points, 28 from Kevin Durant, a 21-point double-double from Evan Mobley, a 11-point double-double from Robert Williams. Now we're up 3-2 against the Mavericks, which is a good sign, and hopefully we can defeat them here and advance to the NBA Finals. But so far they do have the lead. I'm surprised. Honestly, this is surprising. This is really surprising that a team only with Luka Doncic could push a team that has Kevin Durant, Jalen Suggs, Devin Booker, Evan Mobley, and Robert Williams III to a Game 7. All by himself, literally. All he has is Najee Marshall, Quentin Grimes, Derek Lively. He doesn't have no 20 points per game type of player on his team. So that's pretty insane. And in the finals, the Miami Heat are already here with Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo. So their third time making the NBA Finals in like the last 6-7 years, which is pretty insane. But I think we're going to come up with a different coach game plan. Yeah, we most definitely have to come up with a different coach game plan. Since the Mavericks switched up their starting lineup, now they have Quentin Grimes and Klay Thompson in here. So we got to come up with a new coach game plan for Klay Thompson and Quentin Grimes, as well as PJ Washington. Alrighty, I'm pretty sure I came up with a really good coach game plan. Let's see what happens here. We do have home court advantage, so hopefully we can get this win. And I'm still so surprised at how is this team with just Luka Doncic? Like, look, they're up by 2 in the fourth quarter. How is this possible that they're pushing a super team with just Luka Doncic to Game 7 and on top of that even beating us so far? Let's see, we do come back though. And we're up by a little bit here, so hopefully we can keep this lead. But they are pushing back, and yeah, we're only up by 2 with 30 seconds remaining. We're going to have to jump in, get a defensive stop here. And let me guess, they're starting with the ball. For once, thankfully, we have the ball. Well, let's see what the substitutions are looking like. And we don't have a timeout. Let's get the ball to Kevin Durant here. And run past Najee Marshall with the slam. Okay, I thought that was going to be a slam dunk. But that puts us up by 9 points. There's no way Najee Marshall could guard KD. So we could just continue doing that. And Luka Doncic does have the ball, but we block the shot. And now they got another rebound, and let's go. They do foul Nick Richards. I don't think Nick Richards is a really good free throw shooter. Let's see how good of a free throw shooter Nick Richards is. Okay, he's shooting 85%. Never mind, he's a pretty good free throw shooter. So we should at least hit one of these free throws here. This one should go in, and it does. Perfect. And now we're most definitely winning this game. There's no coming. Oh god, the second one was a miss, but we do get the rebound. Jump ball, let's go. KD almost had that rebound. Yeah, there's no way they're coming back from a 5-point lead that we have with 15 seconds remaining. Let's see what happens, and we do get the ball. Let's go. They foul Evan Mobley, and now I'll be seeing you guys in the NBA Finals. Kevin Durant wins Western Conference Finals MVP, averaging 25 points, 6.5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1.5 blocks, shooting 41% from the three-point line. On the Eastern Conference side, it's Bam Adebayo winning the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And now we're going to be taking on the Miami Heat for the NBA Championship. They don't really have the best shooting guard as well as the power forward, so I think we should be able to beat this team. They do have a big 3 of Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo, but Jimmy Butler now is a 86 overall. So I think we should be able to defeat this team, but let's see what happens here. Game 1 is a win for us. Devin Booker with 38, Mobley with 30, Kevin Durant with 20 points. Why did Kevin Durant only play 30 minutes that game? Not sure why, but it is what it is. Game 2 is also a win for us. KD with 35 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists. Evan Mobley, 22 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals, and 4 blocks. Insane defense. This is why we acquired Evan Mobley, for his defensive reasons. We held the Miami Heat to only 81 points that game, so clearly our defense got a lot better after the few trades that we pulled off. Game 3 is also a win, which puts us up by 3-0 against Miami Heat. In this game, once again, we held them to 96 points. And as I said, our defense is amazing. Devin Booker had 45 points, 13 assists. Kevin Durant with 32 points, 9 rebounds. He didn't make a three-pointer that game. Only attempted 1 three-pointer, which is kind of insane. But he still had 32 points. Mobley almost had a triple-double. Jalen Suggs with 21. And are we going to be sweeping the Miami Heat? That's exactly what we are doing, with the Phoenix Suns winning the championship, with Evan Mobley winning Finals MVP. averaging 26.5 points per game, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, almost 2 blocks, 1.5 steals, shooting 50, 37, 80. That was a fun little playoff run that we had. The crazy part is, the Dallas Mavericks were the only team that really gave us troubles. And the only player they really had on their team was Luka Doncic, which is pretty insane. I still can't fathom that that team pushed us that far. Let me show you guys our player stats for the playoffs here. So Devin Booker was the leading scorer in the playoffs, averaging 30 points per game. Right behind him, we had Kevin Durant, prime KD to be exact, averaging 28 points per game, 21-point double-double from Evan Mobley, 15 from Jalen Suggs, 8.5, well 9 from Nick Richards, 8 from Robert Williams, 5 from Ryan Dunn. Now let me show you guys the stats for the NBA Finals. So Devin Booker was a leading scorer, putting up 34 points per game. He had an amazing NBA Finals run, as well as 8 assists. 34 points per game, 8 assists on amazing efficiency. Right behind him, we had prime KD putting up 29 points per game, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, as well as a block and over a steal a game. Behind him was Evan Mobley, the Finals MVP, 26.5 points, 12 rebounds, and 7 assists. Jalen Suggs with 14 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 9.5 from Robert Williams, 7 from Nick Richards, and then the rest of the team. That's it for this video. It was a 2-season long video. It wasn't long. It wasn't very long at all. We won our championship with prime KD in the second season of this rebuild. It was a fun rebuild to do, seeing prime KD on the Phoenix Suns. As you guys seen, we won a bunch of games, so it was a fun rebuild. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, make sure to drop a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new. We're on the road to 200 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button and comment down below what video you guys would like to see next. You guys can leave any video suggestion, and I will try my best to make that happen. Until next time, it's your boy Dragon, and I'm out. Peace.